Hi, it's Dr. Jessie, and this is a video for my patients who are being treated with FSM and have a home unit and are using visceral mobilization as a part of their treatment strategy. And what you'll need is either your Courgeous ball if you've decided to purchase one of these. It's my favorite because of the shape and the size and also just the stickiness. It just kind of works really well. But another option is just to go to the dollar store and get a beach ball and let a little bit of the air out of that ball. You can also use a pillow folded on itself. Just needs to be about this size, which is about the size of your head. So grab your Courgeous ball or your folded up blanket or your pillow and you can join me. So it's really important to know how fascia works and how we release fascia. Contrary to popular belief, rolling on a foam roller really hard isn't the best way to work with your fascia and release adhesions. In fact, the opposite is true. So the way fascia responds to pressure is if the pressure is firm or quick, the fascia actually gets tight and hard and it doesn't let go. The nervous system responds by tensing up and getting protective, which makes sense. If something is coming at your body in a really firm and aggressive manner, the body braces itself. So when we're working on releasing adhesions, especially abdominal adhesions, it's so important to go really slow and to be really gentle. So a lot of people, want to just get this over with and make it happen. And really that's just not an approach that is effective. The effective approach is to go slow and be gentle and persistent, and you'll notice that things happen so much more quickly for you if you approach it in that way. Now, those of you who have your FSM device, you can attach that now in the way that I've prescribed for you, and we'll get started. So you'll take your Courgeous ball to a yoga mat or the floor. Maybe you might put a blanket out, or you can also do this in your bed. And the approach is kind of the most challenging part in my opinion because it's kind of an awkward position. So you'll come to all fours over top of the ball and then come down onto your elbows. From there, lower slowly onto the ball. And this is the part you want to be very, very slow and gentle. And then as you gently relax your body onto the ball, you might just find a position that feels comfortable. And I'm down here on my elbows. Some people like to put a blanket or something cushy under the elbows. It's a little more comfortable that way. And then you'll just notice right away that probably a part of your abdomen is a little tender or a little sensitive. And what you do here is just try to soften and relax and melt over the ball. And that's really all you do. You might notice your breathing here. So I'm noticing that my breath comes more easily into the upper body, the rib cage, rather than down into the low abdomen. And that's okay for now, just let that be. And I'm also noticing that my low back muscles are a little tense. And so what I'm doing here is noticing how the body is responding to this position. Right? And I'm trying to soften my shoulders and relax the muscles in my back and breathe slow, deep breaths. Letting the inhale go where it goes. And then as I exhale, trying to get a sense of just melting over this ball here, or whatever you're using. And if you're using FSM during this treatment, you'll notice a significant difference than if you aren't using FSM. So the frequencies help this process to just happen more gently and more easily, a little bit less tenderness. So I'm noticing here And that just might be how you work for the first few times you work over the Courgeous ball. You might just observe and see how much you can soften. And after that, after you've done this a few times, then you might add a little bit more activity to this exercise. And that involves taking a deep breath and really sending the breath into your abdomen rather than just letting it stay in the upper chest. So you would breathe in, sending the breath into the belly, pausing, and then exhale, letting the abdominal contents just kind of part out of the way over the ball. So I'll show you what that looks like. It's kind of hard to talk and do this at the same time, so I'll demonstrate now for a few rounds of breath. Breathing slowly also helps to calm the nervous system. So breathing slowly helps all of your tissues to relax. So that's another good reason to take it slow. After about 10 or so breaths, you might explore a new position. So even just going an inch or even 3 centimeters might be a whole different experience for you. And so once you've found a new spot that feels like it needs some work, and you'll know because there's a little bit of tenderness there, you'll breathe into that space. Just like we did before. Now, some of my patients can't really tolerate this position. Some people have too much tenderness in the low back to be like this for very long. And so there's other options about how to work with positioning here. So one option is to come off to the side a bit and draw a knee up. And then you can either catch your head with your hand or bring a pillow underneath and give yourself some support that way. Some people, even if you have a very comfortable shoulder, can lay their head all the way down onto the arm or to the floor. So here's another way to work. And you might even try this even if that first position is comfortable for you, because this just gives a different angle of pressure with the Courgeous ball. And so here, same idea, how much can you relax and soften over the ball? And just use your breath. The breath is a very powerful visceral mobilization tool. Your diaphragm mobilizes it helps to massage your vagus nerve and so many parts of the nervous system that are involved in your relaxation and digestion. So this is a beautiful activity to do. Even if you don't think you have abdominal adhesions, this still impacts your nervous system in a really positive way. Another option, if even this is not comfortable for you, is to come onto your back instead. Many people find that keeping the knees bent is more comfortable. And then you just bring the ball to the navel and use pressure with your arms. And it's not like this super intense pressure. It's just letting the weight of the arms come over the ball and gently press into the belly. Nice full breath in. And a complete, soft, smooth breath out. And don't be surprised if you hear some gurgling in the belly. It's actually a really good sign. It means your parasympathetic, your rest and digest response has turned on, and that's a great thing to happen during something like this. Yeah, with this on the belly, you can change the position to a different region. and just explore for where feels like there's a little bit of tension or a little bit of constriction or even tenderness. You don't want to like cause pain, right? You don't want to go after, oh, there's a really painful spot, I'm going to really go after it. You can kind of go outside of it and breathe into it and see if soft, smooth breathing allows you to access that space. So we're not like directly going after the painful spots, we're just kind of working our way toward it, right? And it's okay if it takes a few sessions before you can even, put the ball on a spot that's pretty tender, right? But it will improve. The more that you do this practice, the more mobility you'll get in all of your viscera, which is really, really wonderful. It's really a great practice for anyone, even if you don't think you have scarring here, to help with the entire nervous system and the digestion. So I hope this is a helpful video and gives you some instruction on how to get started. If you have any questions, feel free to, at any time, type a comment in the comments, or of course reach out to me through your charm portal, because I love educating, and I think this is such a powerful way of working with the viscera that's also very effective and very gentle. So I hope this was helpful, and again, reach out with questions. Thanks so much, everybody, and be well.